Hey y'all, what's going on? It's Lisa here, and happy Father's Day. It's Sunday, so those of you that are dads, we'll be going out later with my family. But anyways, it's the weekend, and usually the weekend I try to go through my refrigerator and use up any kind of leftovers or random things, and I let them go to waste. And I usually do a larger food shopping on Mondays or sometimes even Sundays as well. But anyways, I thought I'd just show you my fridge because I've got a bunch of little random things here and there, and really it's not a whole lot of anything. Basically, if I just kind of dumped everything, it'd be probably one plate of food for someone of a bunch of random stuff. So rather than just try to use a little here, a little there, I need to use it up. And I basically am going to turn this random bits and pieces of stuff that would probably be one plate of food into about 4 servings. So I like to make maybe lunch for Jen and I for today and lunch for us for tomorrow. So that's the plan. So let's open up the fridge. Let's see what I got, and let's see what we can make out of this. Let's see how we can stretch it out and make a couple servings out of a couple random things. So let's see. What do I have here? I have got some red beans. Remember a little Nourish bowl? So I've got some red beans here. I got a few little random scallions. I've got, let me use this sauce. Got some sweet potatoes roasted with some onions. That was from that Nourish bowl. You can watch the video for that. Kids had some baked beans. We've got some leftover baked beans there. Got a tiny bit of lentils left that I had cooked up at the beginning of the week and used for my salads, really. Got some of that left. We had some zucchini noodles one night with a little bit of roasted chicken, so some random little scraps of that. And then basically when I make any kind of roasted chicken, I save the bones. So we only had, for Jen and I, one leg and one thigh. That's it. We eat meat, but we really eat it pretty sparingly, maybe twice a week, and probably have about anywhere from 1 to 4 ounces of meat at any time. So not really a whole lot. But we had the one little chicken leg and thigh that I roasted up and on the bone, and I just threw that in the Instant Pot with some water, 4 cups of water, and made this homemade chicken broth. So I want to use this up. Thought maybe I'd use it for some rice or something, but I didn't get to it. And kids had a little pasta, so I've got a little random tomato sauce here. So let's see what we can do with this, right? Let's turn you over here. It's kind of early in the morning. Let's move all this out of the way. I'm gonna put this on high. Good morning, Mackenzie. I'm gonna do a little video. I'm gonna make something for Mom and I, using up all these little random things in the refrigerator. It'd be nice to get out. So basically I just got a pot on the stove, and what I'm gonna do, which probably you figured, was to make a soup, stew, because you can kind of throw together any kind of random vegetables, beans, protein, any of that stuff, and tie together with something. So basically, I've got some stock, I've got some beans, I've got some potatoes, some vegetables, and I thought I'd tie it together with the tomato sauce to make it kind of a little more flavorful, a little more kind of like an Italian kind of vegetable bean soup, something like that. And the liquid is going to obviously bulk it up. And if you have more things to add in, you definitely do that. We'll add in some seasonings. We'll see. I'm just going to roll with it. And, you know, all you got to do is kind of taste as you go and make some adjustments, and you'd be surprised. So let's see what we can get out of this. All right. So I just got my pan on, and everything is cooked. So let's dump in sweet potatoes. Make sure we get everything out. Red beans. Like that. The baked beans, I'm wondering if I want to keep the juice on there. Basically, baked beans is just kind of like a little sweeter. So I could either rinse those and just use them, which would just be some more beans. Or I could use the liquid. But you know what? I'm feeling daring here, and let's just use everything, liquid and all. Alright, so we get some beans. So right now we just got 2 different types of beans and lentils and sweet potatoes. It's already looking good. Let's get the green onions in there. Now I have some carrots and celery in the fridge too. That would be pretty for some color, but we'll just use, I don't really want to create more food. I just want to use up what I have. So, can you see that? Isn't that looking pretty already? And like I said, all this is cooked, so it's going to come together really quickly. Let's see. These zucchini noodles, I'm probably just going to give a little chop like that, and I'm going to throw that in maybe more at the end. Let's add in this broth right here. Says it's homemade chicken broth. You could use vegetable broth. You could use water. Oops, lost the spoon there. So the whole idea is now we are just turning this into a whole nother creation here. And what's going to make it really good is this tomato sauce. If you didn't have tomato sauce, you could use a can of diced tomatoes, or if you had a bunch more vegetables laying around left over, you wouldn't even have to add this. You could just do a vegetable soup. And this is looking really pretty. I'll probably just keep this as is, but a lot of times with soups, if I don't have a whole lot of ingredients, I'll just put it in the blender afterwards and puree it, and that will give it some body, and then no one's going to even know what's in it. So, if you have a bunch of real random stuff, the best way to do that is just to throw it in the blender. But I didn't even use all that tomato sauce because I'm going to let this come up to temperature here. And then I'll taste it for seasoning. We'll add some spices. And we'll see how it's coming along. And I'll add in the zucchini. And bam, we will portion it up. And we will see how many servings I got from all this random stuff. So I will catch you shortly. And we are back. The soup is done. It didn't take hardly any time because everything was already cooked. All I did was let this come up to kind of like a boil or a simmer for a little bit, and then I added in the zucchini, which I just kind of gave a little choppy chop. And it actually came out kind of cool because it looks like little spaghetti pieces in there because they were like spiralized zucchini. And I put in some fresh oregano, thyme, and basil that I had growing outside, but you could use some like Italian seasoning. And a little salt, a little bit of red pepper flakes, and some garlic and onion powder, and some chili powder. And you know what? That baked beans with the sauce made it taste really good. It's like sweet, but not overly sweet. Kind of like when my grandma used to make vegetable soup. She put like a little sugar to kind of balance out the tomato sauce. And yeah, it's really good. It's like savory, but like a hint of sweetness. So look at this nice, beautiful pot of soup here. Nice and hearty. You got the lentils, the beans, some zucchini, green onions, the tomatoes, the tomato sauce, the broth. I didn't add any more tomato sauce. Look at that. The herbs. Very tasty, very hearty. This is going to be lunch today and lunch tomorrow. So all those random things took me 2 minutes here, really, to throw it together. And I've got lunch or dinner for two people for 2 days, so 4 servings of food off of a bunch of random scraps. I'm really passionate, guys. Watch this channel if you need some help using up your leftovers. We throw away so much food in this country. It's unbelievable. It just really saddens me, the amount of food that I see thrown away, and people, you know, take home leftovers that they cook, and they have all these little random things. What am I going to do with this little tiny bit of this and that? You know, just put it in the fridge, put it in the freezer, and incorporate it into something else. Watch this channel, get some ideas. I will show you how to use it up, because, you know, I could throw all this away and I could start fresh, but you know what? This just made a nice, tasty meal for 2 days for me, or 4 days for the weekday, you know, without having to think about it, or without even having to prep up anything. And it's nice and healthy and absolutely very flavorful. Very, and essentially it was free. It was free because this was just a bunch of random stuff that most people would probably throw away. So don't throw away your stuff, your food. Too many hungry people out there. Learn to do stuff with your leftovers. Be creative. I will show you what to do, but soup is the easiest thing. You can't go wrong with soup. Just taste it. Just taste it. If you needed it thicker, like I said, blend up a little bit, put an immersion blender in, throw some in the blender, keep some chunky. If it was too thick, add a little more water, a little more broth, throw in some instant mashed potatoes if you need to thicken it, find a can of beans or canned vegetables to bulk it up even more, whatever you got, and just throw some seasoning in there. So anyways, this is a nice hearty vegetable soup that I made from a bunch of random stuff in the fridge. And you'll see a lot of that. I'm just going to show you guys what I eat and what I create. And you'll save yourself a lot of money, and you'll save yourself a lot of time. So, anyways, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. Remember to always eat happy foods. Remember to always make food with love. Look at that. Let's take a bite. Okay, sweet potatoes, lentils, beans, green. Ah. It's good. Put a little chili flakes in there. Look at that. That is delicious. Woo. Got some spice. I'll put some red pepper flakes in there. That is awesome, guys. So anyways, I will catch you soon in the next video. Take care.